Are we recording? How's it going, everybody? Trey Houston here, your guest curator, and we're about to transition into Play Along Week 23. So for those of y'all that have not done the Play Along collaboration before, each week a guest curator is going to pick a sound, any sort of musical piece to then remix and have the rest of the audio community here on Hit Record contribute and create new things with it and see what directions they can go in, coming up with new stuff. So to begin this, I would love to recap Week 22 and the tracks that I thought really stood out. So the first person I want to point out is actually a new artist, which is one thing that I've been trying to do with my little stay here, is bring everybody into the fold, especially people that don't normally do music or people that have not been on the site before. We want to get everybody involved. So we're going to start off with a track titled Regresso from Jay Gone. Beautiful, beautiful. And from there, I'll transition to my second pick of the week, going from a new member to an old veteran. This is Jersey Jung with her song, Winter in Los Angeles.
You're the twinkling lights, you're the smiles and sighs, and all of the times I'd get to.
The third song I wanted to point out this week had a unique direction, not one I was necessarily imagining for the sample. So this is Megan Carn's opening titles for a non-existent horror movie. And the final song from this week that I really wanted to point out is from the artist Making 007. And what Making put together is really a pretty beautiful piece, maybe a bit in the vein of the Jersey one, but with a completely different spin. So this is Making 007's I Shall Return. All right, and now it's time to announce the sample selected for this week. I wanted to go a different direction this week. I sort of found that the last two samples I chose were probably a bit on the low-key side, and I really wanted to find something upbeat and maybe even out of what I would normally work with to get people started and to make sure that we have constantly changing sounds here on Hit Record. So this is Upbeat Rift by Homunculus, and you can find it in the resources below. Now, one thing with this very upbeat sound is that I know there are artists out there that'll screw the sample down and get a slow version and do something completely different, but you could also follow along and create something upbeat yourself. You can add background instruments. There's certainly room for vocalists on here. I could see some hip hop on here. All right, y'all. It's time to get those submissions started. The deadline for this week's Play Along collaboration is March 28th. So get it in Saturday by midnight so I have a chance to listen through everything before I make next week's video. With that being said, I'll see you in 7 days.